What is going on, my beautiful people? Let me fix that lighting. Goodness, the sun is coming through the trees and it is a beautiful day to be out in the woods. In today's video, what I wanted to do is you can see that there is plenty of leaves and grass and just crap on the ground right here. Now there's a trail that comes in and it's been used pretty heavily. But what I want to do right here is I want to create a mineral site. Most of the time when I create a mineral site, and what they recommend you do is you rake the leaves off, you mix the mineral in some water, and you pour it on the ground so it soaks in. Well, we've got a lot of rain recently. We shouldn't be getting any for about a week, which is why I want to get these mineral sites out today. But I want to see if I just pour the mineral, like right here, there's some ground, and there's some leaves right here. And I have a little bit of mineral left from a video that I was going to do on this mineral. But what I want to do is I want to see if the deer will do the work for me. So if I just take the mineral that I have left over, and it's not a whole lot, I mean, it's about the bottom of the bag here. I'm just going to pour it on the ground right here in front of my trail camera and see if the deer will do the hard work for me. I figure it'd be a pretty good experiment. I'm sure some people are going to say, oh, you're wasting your mineral. Oh, you're doing this. I'm doing this in the name of science. Deer hunting redneck science is what this video is. So we're going to dump this out and we're going to see if the deer will do the work for me. In 2 weeks, I'm going to come back, see what pictures we got, and see if you can just dump the mineral on the ground and it'll work. So we'll see if that happens. And again, this is the mineral we're using. It's Rack 1 Whitetail System, the grow phase of it, I guess. I don't have the other phases, but that's just what I'm doing. And as you can see, it's not a lot. It's right in line with my camera. And this is a Moultrie camera. I highly recommend it. Check the video that I'm linking up above right here. It's where I pulled this trail camera after leaving it in the woods for like 5 months off. And the thing's battery was, it's just outrageous. Go check the video. I promise you're not going to be upset. So I just had a little bit of the mineral left. And as you can see, I just kind of dumped it on the ground right here in this area. It's right off this trail. I'm hoping that it won't disturb this trail. If it does, we're in June. I'm going to have plenty of time to scout out some new trails. But I honestly don't think it's going to have any influence whatsoever on this. But I just dumped it out on the ground where there wasn't quite as much leaf litter. There's some mud still. But I'm going to see if it bothers the deer any, or if they're just going to come and hoof the crap out of the way to eat the mineral. So we're going to come back in 2 weeks like always. And we are going to see if, you know, we have more luck typically with actually cleaning out the site for the deer before we put the mineral down, or if you can just kind of dump it on a road where there's some leaf litter but the deer can still probably just scrape it off. So that's what we're going to see if it happens. I chose this spot because there's not a lot of grass. Typically if there is a lot of grass, I do want to rake that off, but I just thought it would be interesting to see if they would come to that. I hope you guys like the content. If you do, smash the subscribe button. But I'll see you guys in 2 weeks when I come to pull this trail camera card, as well as the other one where I do a little more in-depth on that R1 stuff and make an actual mineral site with that. So if you want to see that, subscribe or click this tag up above. I don't know if it'll be up yet, but subscribe, turn on bell notifications if you like hunting, if you like fishing, and you just like random outdoorsman content and helping people learn how to hunt and fish, because that's what I'm here to do. Try to learn how to hunt and fish, because Lord knows I need help. What is going on, everybody? We are back after 2 weeks at the location where we put out some mineral, and we just kind of put it on top of some grass and some leaves to see if deer would be using this area. We had the Moultrie trail cam right up here in front of us, and I'm actually going to move that in the video that I'm filming today. I wanted to film this little bit of me checking the trail camera before I take it back to my house, but I'm actually going to move this camera. We're going to do some scouting and try to find some new locations. I'm going to show you guys how I scout for potential areas to hunt and kill a buck in the early season. But as you can see, there's still some mineral on the ground, but there's definitely been some traffic through here. Not as much as I would like. And this trail doesn't look to be that worn. I mean, you can definitely see there has been some use of it, but not a whole lot. So what I'm actually going to do is pull this trail camera down, and we're going to move it to somewhere else. But we'll see what came through. Let me check and see actually how many trail camera pictures we had on it. So we actually had 48 photos at this camera, which isn't bad considering it's monitoring a trail, and it's only been out for about 2 weeks. So we're going to get back to the house. We'll see what all was on this trail camera, and I'll take you guys along for that ride. And hopefully we'll have some pictures of some decent bucks. If so, we might move this camera back. But like I said, you guys are going to have to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. That way you guys don't miss the video, or I'm actually moving this mole tree to somewhere else on the property, which I don't even know yet. It just depends on how my scouting goes. All right, everybody, we have made it back home, and we are going to start looking through this trail camera. So right off the bat, we had a doe come in that afternoon, and it looks like she just kind of walked down the trail. Looks like we actually had a bobcat on camera. It could be a coyote. I can't really tell in this picture. He's kind of back behind a tree in the woods, but that's pretty cool. And regardless, just another predator. I might need to start trying to do some trapping. So we also had a spike come in the next morning after putting this product out. Sorry for Banner in the background. And he's a little blurry, unfortunately. I was trying to see if we had a better picture of him. So it looks like this spike's actually going to be a 4-pointer. It looks like his points are starting to split out up top. Still a little early to tell. So we have something actually move across the back of the camera, and I have 2 pictures of it. I'm only going to show one on screen, but at both points its head is covered by a tree. So I imagine it's probably a doe, but it's kind of hard to tell with its head being covered. A couple pictures of some squirrels jumping down to get a little food. These 2 pictures are pretty interesting. Actually, it's 3. They show kind of the pathway that these deer are taking coming up the hill. So as you can see kind of off in the distance, you can see that it comes forward and it's a little bit closer, and then it keeps going. You can just kind of see the path that they take. So I might actually walk down this trail and do some scouting and try to find this bedding area. This is 3 in the afternoon, so this deer was using this trail in the middle of the afternoon. But I might see if I can't walk down this trail and figure out where these deer are bedding or anything like that. And lastly, we had another deer coming in, but it looks like its head's also blocked. It looks like it might be a doe. But yeah, so it doesn't look like too many deer actually stayed and ate at this mineral site. We had some walk around it. We had a spike come up to it, but no real big bucks. So maybe it is better to go ahead and just clear out the area. It doesn't take too long. Just keep a rake with you or something like that to get some of that debris out. And just make the area a little bit clearer for that mineral to soak in, and it'll be something that those deer come back to. But anyways, guys, I hope you found this video informational, and I highly encourage you when you're creating these mineral sites to go ahead and clear out the area, because it just seems to have better results. And if you have any questions about that, check out any of the videos that, if I remember, I'll link above. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and we'll get into the verse of the week. So this video is actually a really good example of what I want to talk about in this verse of the week. And this verse of the week actually comes from Galatians, and it's chapter 6, verses 6 through 10. So I'm going to go ahead and read through those really fast. And of course, I have my Bible here, which is directly where I'm getting this from. Let him who is taught the word share in all good things with him who teaches. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows in his flesh will of the flesh reap corruption, but he who sows of the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. So what that's basically saying is a common phrase of, you reap what you sow. And if you look at this mineral site, we kind of reaped what we sowed, right? We just kind of put the mineral on the ground, and not that many deer came in, no big bucks or anything like that. Whereas if we would have taken the time to clear out the area and to do the work required to create that effective mineral site, more deer might have come in. And I thought that was just a powerful lesson that was illustrated through the works of being in the woods and hunting that could be related to the Bible. So as you go out the rest of the week, just kind of keep that in mind, that and what I'm sowing, is that what I want to reap? Is me doing this certain activity, is that what I want to reap in the future? Is that what kind of crop I want to yield? And do that in not only your life, but in working and everything else. Make sure you're putting forth the effort up front to get the reward later on. And I hope whoever needed to hear that message heard it, and I hope that this was a good example for you. And let me know in the comments below if you liked it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of putting out those mineral sites. And hope to see you guys next week. Always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer. Be blessed.